All right, our top focus in Newsnight tonight. In a world where hustle is often glorified, a growing body of evidence is warning us that long working hours are not just exhausting, they can be deadly. Case in point is of a 37-year-old IT professional suffering a brain stroke after working 16-hour days. And this has reignited the debate on work-life balance, burnout, and leadership accountability. According to a joint report by the World Health Organization and the International Labour Organization, at least 7 lakh people die every year, and that is due to working more than 55 hours per week. Apart from that, the risk of stroke also increases by 35% and heart diseases by 17%. Now, despite this worrying trend and glaring numbers, some industry leaders seem to be pushing in the opposite direction. Recently, Infosys co-founder Narayan Murthy stirred debate when he said that young Indians should be working 70 hours a week to build the nation. Soon after, L&T's chairman S.N. Subramaniam echoed similar sentiments. And like you can see, that's the statement coming out of N. Subramaniam, who said that employees could work up to 90 hours in a bid to build the nation. However, experts warn that longer working hours don't guarantee higher productivity. In fact, they often lead to burnout, poor decision making, and even early death. So, where does the truth lie? Do we need to hustle, burn the midnight oil, or chase endless deadlines, skip meals, and sleep to reach the peak? Is success only earned in 70-hour weeks, fueled by caffeine, cortisol, and silent suffering? Or perhaps, is there another way? Well, to talk more on this, we are now being joined by Dr. Girish PV. He's a director, heart failure and senior consultant at Metromed International Cardiac Center, joining us live from Kerala. Welcome to NDTV, Dr. Girish.
Right. Yeah, good evening. Thank you.
Right, Dr. Girish. Now, while the hustle culture is being glorified in today's day and age, I want to talk to you about the pitfalls of long working hours on professionals like you and me. How perhaps can we keep ourselves safe and healthy?
Yeah, a good point in contestant here. Actually, there's a lot of debate about improving productivity by improving the work time balance. But then the thing that boils down is the system works continuously. You end up having a lot of sedentary lifestyle related issues coming up simultaneously. Like, you spend more than 6 hours on a computer, or you spend on any sort of work where your body is at peak stress, where your cortisol and adrenaline is released for longer hours, you invariably burn up, and it is going to disturb your sleep also. So when the hours of sleep are also reduced proportionate to the hours of work, that imbalance sets the tone for a problem like a stroke or a heart attack, most often happening in the early morning hours, actually, when they wake up. That's called a wake up stroke. And that's what happens for many people who work or really burn themselves out and do not find enough time for getting that work-life balance and getting that exercise on. And on the contrary, if you work extensively and do not get that breaks and you still try to make it up for odd time exercise, as we see now, there's a lot of scope of doing exercise at odd times also. People doing exercise in the wrong timings. That also is equally harmful. So you cannot make up different things at different times. Sleep is in a particular time zone, and work has to be in particular zone. And the time you do your exercise also really matters, not just the minutes. So all this gets erratic in people who have very long work time. So that sets the tone for all problems.
Right, Dr. Girish, if you can also give us a lowdown or perhaps strategies that professionals should follow for a good heart health, because we just took out the numbers. The World Health Organization suggests that 35% of working professionals are at a greater risk of heart disease.
Yeah, true. And more so in India. Basically, we see that compared to the West, people get heart attacks or cardiovascular events about 10 years, a decade earlier than the West. So it again shows how the young hearts are reacting to stress in an abnormal manner, especially in the Indian population. We are probably genetically also prone for cardiovascular events much more than the Caucasians. And that racial difference also gets elicited faster when all these stresses comes in. And as I reinstate again, the working hours is kind of equal to the reduction of sleep and the peaceful exercise time that a person has. So a regular pattern of 30 minutes to 40 minutes of exercise per day for at least 5 to 6 days a week is the minimum mandate that we need as a youngster below the age of 40 to keep doing on a long term basis. And also 6 to 8 hours of sleep, if possible, 7 to 8 hours of sleep at the right time, like say for 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., 6 a.m. That's the kind of zone that you want. You don't want to postpone your sleep too much. And it may not be true for many working people who might be working for international clients across, where you might have to work at different times. I agree. But if possible, for the vast majority, it's good to get your sleeps at the right time where the body is also prepared for sleep. So this non-made up sleep itself is not a great thing for the heart in the next day, morning and all that. Yeah.
Right, Dr. Girish, thank you so much for joining us here on NDTV with your insights on this.